Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for what could be the final episode of this Glorious Hunter series. It has been a long drawn out process. We're into season 16 now. Obviously, with the international management, we're just taking out season one episode at a time because it is obviously not the same as playing club football. So we are into the World Cup. Spoiler alert, we've qualified for the World Cup. Another spoiler alert, might as well just put it out there. We're in the World Cup final. We're going to take you through a little journey of how we got there, and then we will get ready for the final itself. So to get to the World Cup, we had obviously our World Cup qualifiers. After we played in the Nations League, we got through that, obviously, as you will have seen in the last episode. We go into the World Cup qualifiers. Now, we've played our first game with a 4-0 win against Belarus away from home. Kenan Matanya scored a hat-trick in that game. Two of them were penalties, of course. Yannick Demont making his debut for us in that game, scoring his first goal as well. We then faced Northern Ireland, my home country, of course, and we did come back with a 1-0 win there, thanks to an own goal by Neil Miller in the 10th minute. We followed that up then with our previous Nations League games. As you will have seen, we faced Portugal in the semi-final and England in the final. Back in World Cup qualifying action, we then had a 1-1 draw with Denmark, which is disappointing, especially given that the goal came in stoppage time at the end of the game as well, the equaliser. Denmark, a team I feel we maybe should have done better, but they are quite highly ranked. You know, they are in the top 20 as well. We followed that up with a 4-0 win at home against Montenegro, as we see Andre Vermeeren, Janssens and Savi scoring the goals in that game. We then faced Northern Ireland again, this time away at Windsor Park. We came home with a 2-2 draw. As you see there, we were 2-0 down, or we were 2-0 up, and we let that slip, and we finished in a draw. A little bit pleasing to see that Jamie Donnelly is still playing as a Spurs fan as well. Of course, it's pleasing to see that. But noted that it is an own goal he scored for us, really, in our favour. But came back with a draw there. We followed that up then with a game against Denmark. We came back with a 4-1 win away from home. Vermeeren, Duranville, Savi and Verlinden scoring the penalties. As you'll see there, Emil Hoyland scored in the 90 plus first minute for a late consolation. And we finished off the qualifying group with a 5-0 win away to Montenegro. This was the first game that we decided to play Mehdi Medani on the right wing, and he scored a hat-trick, obviously 2 goals and a penalty. So very pleasing to see him play there. It did give us consideration for him playing on the wing in the future. So the qualifying group looked like this. We finished top with 6 wins and 2 draws out of 8 games, giving us 20 points. 23 goals scored, 4 goals conceded. So very pleased to qualify for the World Cup. And so we'll show you the route we took to get to the final. We started in the Group B along with Tunisia, Paraguay and Wales. We started the game with, we'll not show you the goals in these games, we'll leave that for a little bit later. We started the group with a 4-1 victory against Tunisia. Medani, Cornelius Verlinden and Armin Haika scored his first goal in his first senior appearance for the country. We followed that up then with a 3-2 win against Paraguay, a little bit of more narrower win. Emmanuel Efrier scoring in the 14th minute to open the scoring. Paraguay had us back with 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes in the 33rd and 36th before Kenan Matanya equalised just before half time. Igor Janssen scored what turned out to be the winner in the 50th minute of that game. We followed that up with a 1-0 win against Wales. Jonas Rijks scoring his first goal for his country in first half stoppage time. So that saw us top the group. As we see, we finished with 3 wins, 8 goals scored, 3 goals conceded, 9 points. Ourselves and Tunisia both qualifying for the next round. We go into the next round, which is the round of 32 really, with a game against Germany. We won that game 2-0. As you'll see, Armin Haika scoring his second goal for the first country early in the first half, and Cornelius Verlinden scoring late on in the game. We'll show you the goals from these games. As we see, the ball comes here. Verlinden wins the tackle, finds Matanya. He turns the ball around to Haika, and he places the ball in the bottom right-hand corner. Janssens then makes a breakaway, as mentioned in the 89th minute, as he feeds a pass into Verlinden on the left-hand side, and he fires in after taking a very good first touch to make it 2-0. that saw us through into the round of 16, where we faced South Americans Chile. We've come back here with a 3-0 victory, a very pleasing performance, and a very pleasing victory in that game, of course, as well. One pleasing performance in this was Adnan Grandjean, who's he made his first senior start in this World Cup tournament. As we see, Fresnel Ngoy scoring from the edge of the box to open the scoring. And then Ngoy involved again as he finds a pass to Medani, cuts inside on his left foot, fires into the far top corner in the 62nd minute. And in the stoppage time then, we see Janssens picking up a loose ball here, plays a big deep cross into the back post. Serrano heads in to make it 3-0. Suspicion of offside there, but he beat the trap. And we've gone through to the quarterfinals. Yes, to the quarterfinals, sorry. That took us to a game against Italy. Again, a country we faced a couple of times since taking over as manager of Belgium. We've come back with a 3-0 victory here, which is very, very pleasing, of course. As we see there, we'll show you the goals now, of course, as Duranville, Heike, and Verlinden all getting on the score sheet. Vervaeke plays a bit of a 1-2 here with Matania. He squares the ball back to Duranville, cutting in from the left, and he fires in the roof of the net to make it 1-0. In the 74th minute then, Matania involved again as he finds a pass into Heike, takes a very good first touch around the defender, who's one-on-one with the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. And in stoppage time, Vervaeke takes a throw on the Vermeeren, passes the ball to Sabe, he finds Gaillard, plays the ball wide left to Coopers, scores potentially a goal of the tournament, it's certainly a contender. He fires into the top corner. So that gave us a 3-0 victory and a path into the semi-final, where we will face Colombia. As you see there, a very good result. Again, we've played a number of South American countries already in this tournament. Colombia, the third of those, and we've come back here with a very impressive 4-0 win. Sabe finds a pass to Janssens, plays the ball wide right to Medani. He cuts back, finds Janssens, making that late run into the box to open the scoring in the 10th minute. Vermeeren then scores a penalty in the 16th minute. And shortly after halftime, we see Sabe and Afriye combining as the striker, playing on the left wing this time, cuts inside on his right foot to score to make it 3-0. The game is pretty much all over at that point, but we do have time for one late goal as Sabe plays a lovely through ball in the Jonas Reichs, and a first time finish from the edge of the box makes it 4-0. So that took us into a semi-final, which, yes, you have read this right, we are going to play against Japan. We'll show you the path we took to get there. So we'll go to all groups, second round, we'll put it into tree format just to make it easier. So Japan started the round of 32, the second round, with a 2-0 win against France. That took them into the round of 16, where they faced Turkey, coming away with a win on penalties after 0-0 after 120 minutes. That took Japan then into a game against Portugal in the quarterfinals, where they come back with a 2-1 victory, putting them into a semi-final with Netherlands, who won the game on penalties as well after a 1-1 draw. So Japan, probably the most surprising. It was in the news that we were the surprise package. I don't quite think that's accurate. I think maybe Japan would be the surprise package of this tournament. So we're getting ready to go into the final against Japan, and we're going to set our mentality to go very attacking. We've picked our strongest team. We have Baya in goal. We have Vervaeke at right back, Hockhart and Minzio at centre back, Coopers, of course, at left back, Gaillard in defensive midfield with Leandro Haas and Igor Janssens playing in centre midfield. We've gone with Sergio Serrano on the right wing, Cornelius Verlinden, of course, star player captain on the left wing, and Jonas Reichs playing up front. This is a game I very much do expect to win. Would be very disappointed if we didn't. Japan are a good side. They're in the top 20 of the world rankings. I can't remember where exactly, but they've obviously earned their way into this final. We are the favourites here. Pump fist. We should be winning this trophy. The fans, do it for the fans. I mean, we've got one reaction. Coopers. So playing against a team full of new gens. We'll watch the lights. The final. We've got to watch the walkouts for the teams. Very much expecting to win this game. I say Japan are a good side as well. We'll not take it for granted. But I do feel we should be winning this game by a couple of goals. So Coopers brings the ball back to Nunzio, looks for Hockhart, brings it left to Coopers again. As he getting all the way down the line, gets a cross in. Not sure who that was aimed at there. The ball is cleared only as far as Hockhart recovers. Finds Gaillot. Ball comes left again to Coopers. Looks for Haas. We're playing the ball around nicely here. As we see, Hockart goes back to the goalkeeper Baya. Looks for Nunzio. Looking to make a break through the middle. Looks to the right. Serrano there, I think, is injured. The two of them are injured by the look of it. Igor Janssen stands across up the back post. Verlinden with an incredible volley. That is quite easily one of the best goals I've seen in Football Manager. The technique in it. The two players go down injured here. Janssen recovers the loose ball. The big deep cross. Verlinden running away from the ball. Turns on the volley on the right foot. Keeps it low into the bottom corner. I think if we win the competition with that goal, it's a very worthy winner. Verlinden involved again. Here's the ball comes forward. Squares it back. It's cut out by the defender. Leandro Haas can't get onto the ball forward. And Verlinden makes a great interception here. He's looking to shoot again, is he? He's having a go and it's over the crossbar. Serrano he did get injured there. He looks like he might be fit. We'll get him into halftime as he's laying across up to the back post. Ball comes to Coopers. He's having a go. There's a shot. The shot is blocked. Verlinden finds a cross back into Janssens. It's 2-0 after 16 minutes. I think we're going to win this game. I think it's fair to say. Coopers picking up the loose ball. The shot blocked by a defender. Ricochets off another defender. Verlinden didn't even actually really turn his defender there. Just let the defender run past him. Finds a cross back to Janssens. And he makes it 2-0. Serrano is recovering. Has recovered. Verlinden now with a free kick. Looks an end for Gaillot. He's having a go. Alexander Gaillot makes it 3-0 after 21 minutes. Safe to say it's in the bag. It's a good touch. Gaillot with the turn. It's a nice finish. This could get a little bit ridiculous. 3-0 within 21 minutes against Japan. Japan, the surprise package of the World Cup. In the World Cup review, Japan have to be sort of the biggest overachievers. Not to sound disrespectful to them, but they've beat France, they've beat Portugal, they've beat Netherlands, they've beat Turkey to get here. All very good teams. Janssens with an effort there. Shot is blocked by the defender. 40 minutes in. We're going to go with a short corner here for Serrano. Back to Janssens. Ball's cut out. There's a free kick there. Gaillot trips the player. I'm not sure who it was. Play for set pieces. Let's do that. We have another free kick here. Verlinden whipping it into Hockart. It's $4. We're going to half time. Hockart with a good header. Keeper maybe should have done a little bit better there. It's a header from distance. Verlinden just gets away from his defender. Goalkeeper flapping in the air. Defender just leaves him. It's the defender really fault there. Produce Verlinden. 1 goal, 3 assists. He is having a super game. 4-0 at half time. It's fair to say this is wrapped up. It would take a shocking second half performance to lose this game now. Gaillot with a lovely ball over to Reichs. And it's a first time volley. I think he's offside. He looked to be offside. And he is, yeah. It was a good pass. He just went a little bit too early. In fact, he didn't even go early. He just didn't read the defenders. And as they all stepped up, it's a great finish. The striker now picking up a yellow card. So nearly an hour in. We're going to make some changes. Bring some players in. We'll give it the 65. We'll give it Serrano now struggling. So we're going to bring him out. We'll bring in Matania. We're going to bring in Hamdi at right back. Ravaki having a very good game. I'm going to bring in Grandjean because Nunzio is not playing well at all. So we'll make Leandro Haas playing okay, but you know what? We'll bring Savi in as well. So we'll leave it with one substitute left. And we'll do that probably shortly as well. Anyway, there is one player who hasn't actually played in any games for me so far. And that is Kremer. So do you know what? For the last 20 minutes, we'll give him a taste of World Cup action. Verlinden now gets a pass back to Grandjean. He's in a very good position here. He's having a go. It's not a bad effort. And the young defender fires just wide. So now all our players have played in this World Cup. Now we've got Jeffrey Kremer on. I like using the full squad. I don't like playing international competitions on players that don't feature at all. As Janssens has a go. It's into Verlinden. 2 goals, 3 assists. Absolutely player of the match. Unquestionable. As you see, Handy takes the throw in to Janssens. Gets it back. Looks for Matania, who lovely pass around the corner into Janssens. His shot is deflected off the defender. Falls into Verlinden's path. And he makes it 5-0. And time is run now. 2 minutes left on the clock. We're in the stoppage time now. We are world champions. Get in. We've completed the Glory Hunter series. Belgium are the world champions. As the players come in, shaking hands, doing all the rest. As Verlinden is about to lift the World Cup. Belgium are world champions. Get in. Absolutely delighted. Let's take it all in. It's as we've mentioned previously, international tournaments wasn't something that we were really considering at the beginning of this Glory Hunter series. We were very much focused on club football. We did complete that after 13 seasons. So happy for you all. Enjoy this success. Absolutely. And there we have it. We have won the World Cup. We have completed now all the challenges set out for us. Let's get a little look at the news. Belgium left the World Cup. The World Cup. Fans are happy. Serrano was injured. Okay, with that, we remain first in the world rankings. And let's see, Japan are 13th in the world rankings. So they've beat, they beat France and Portugal and Netherlands all ahead of them in the rankings to qualify. Turkey in 16th. So very, very pleased. Very tough opponent. Verlinden in top form, absolutely. Belgium star in World Cup. The review, biggest overachievers were Japan, getting to the final. Absolutely incredible. The Bast retires. International football. Ravaki thanks me for guiding the team to victory. No problem. So that is it for this episode. That is it for this Glory Hunter series. We'll do a little bit of a review on the tournament overall. So as we will have seen, or over the series overall, as we can see, we started off with Newcastle. In the first year we won the FA Cup. In the second season then we won the League Cup and the Premier League, completing that section of the Glory Hunter series. We also went on to win the Champions League, which was an incredible result. And the beginning of the next season with Newcastle, we did compete in the Charity Shield. It was a competition I wanted to win, so we stuck with it. We also competed in the European Supercup, of course, as well, which did come after the Community Shield anyway. So we won that. We then resigned our post with Newcastle after the Supercup. It took us until January to get a new job. We wanted to wait for the right job. Job in Inter Milan came up after I think it was Mikel Arteta was sacked. And in our first season with Inter, we won the Supercopa Italia. And that took us into season 2, our first full season, season 2 with Inter, where we went on to win the Supercoppa Italiana and also lift the Serie trophy as well, the Scudetto. We were quite fortunate, I think, we went on to win the Champions League with Inter Milan again. At that point, having obviously completed those achievements, We were looking for a new job. We seen that Dortmund had sacked their manager, applied for the job, we got appointed, left Inter Milan behind us, moved into Germany. In our one and only season, one and only full season with Dortmund, we completed an invincible season, winning the Bundesliga. We also went on to win the DFB Pokal in the first season as well. Took us into the DFL Supercup, which we won at the beginning of the 2029 season, which I'm realizing I've noted that wrong on the graphic, but that's fine. We won that and then resigned our position. Took a bit of a risk at this stage. We waited almost a full year before getting our next job. We were keeping an eye on the jobs that were available. At the end of that season, we seen that Atletico Madrid were about to qualify for the Europa Conference League. They had sacked Diego Simeone. We applied for the job. The season finished, and then we got an interview, and then obviously we were appointed to the position. In our first season, we won the Supercopa de Espana and the Copa del Rey. In our second season, we won the Supercopa de Espana again. Sorry, tell a lie. In our first season, we won the Europa Conference League. Second season, we won the Supercopa de Espana and the Copa del Rey. In the second season, we won the Supercopa de Espana again, and we won our La Liga title as well, and topped off with another Champions League win with Atletico Madrid. We played the European Super Cup at the beginning of the next season. We lost that, unfortunately, and we resigned our post then. We again took another gamble. We did nearly a full season. We've seen that Nice, France was the only country left we had to accomplish. We've seen that Nice had sacked their manager and they had qualified for the Europa League. Applied for the job, got that, very, very pleased. We went on to win the league in our first season with them. We also won the Coupe de France as well, and we also won the Europa League also. Going into this beginning of season 2, winning the Europa League means we qualified for the European South American Club Challenge. We won that against Newell's Old Boys. We also qualified for the European Super Cup, which we won that as well. I can't even remember now who we played in that. I feel like it was Spurs, maybe. I can't remember. Let me go back and check. We won that, and then we won the Trophée de Champion against PSG, completing France. So everything was ticked off in terms of domestic action. This was the beginning of season 13. And at that stage, we decided that because the Glory Hunter Challenge is a 20-year cycle, there are 7 seasons left. We could maybe compete in international front. After the World Cup had finished in the 2034 season, we applied for a couple of jobs. Belgium were the first country to come to us with an offer. We accepted the offer at the end of the first season. We won the UEFA Nations League. Very, very pleased with that. We went on then the following season to compete in the Euros, and we won that as well in 2036. We also were asked to enter the Olympics with the under-23s team, so we did that. We won the Olympics as well, won a gold medal, very, very pleased with that. In 2037, we won the UEFA Nations League again, and as you will have just seen, 2038, we've won the World Cup. So that is it for this episode. That is it for this series. We have ticked off all the boxes. We're over 100 episodes in this series. It's the longest series I've ever recorded, but an absolutely incredible achievement to win all the trophies that we'd set out to do, and the additional bonus trophies. The only one we didn't win was one that we didn't actually compete in, was the FIFA Club World Cup. Newcastle did qualify for that when I was managing, but I did leave the club by the time they entered the competition. At no stage with Inter Milan, Dortmund, Atletico Madrid or Nice were any of those clubs involved in the FIFA Club World Cup. Therefore, we weren't able to compete in it. It's the only one I wish I had an opportunity to compete with. But that is it for this episode. That is it for this series. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please do leave your comments below. We would love to hear your feedback, of course. We will be back on the channel again with another video coming soon. Until then, thank you very much and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. It helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well. And please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these recommended videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.